Okay, so here next thing is we just need to set the values num1 num2 to whatever the value we have. Okay, so usually let's do one thing. I'll explain what is the problem and how it works. Okay, on click. Okay, don't need to add this one. Directly you can use name of the function. We're going to give it function addition. Let's say text. Okay, you give here. Okay, so here what you can do is result equals to 1 plus 2. Okay, after this just take this add numbers. Okay, inside this, after this we need to display the result. Result is result. Okay, result. That's it. Over. So this is the what we need to do. But there will be some issues around this one. Let me show that how it works. To R. Okay. So here, let's come to the same page. Skip to one. It's not giving any result, right? Because you have to set these values and these things. Whenever the value changes, you have to set the value to the num1, num2. That is very much important. Okay. First thing, give one name field, name equals to so usually in ARA components we used to give ARA column ID. Here you can give directly name. Now, okay. So for whenever the value is changed, just use like if you don't want to give see on change, whenever the value is changed, on change, call one JavaScript function that is called handle now one change, giving one thing here time L2. Okay, so here let's go and create JavaScript. Let's use one thing, drag, see if it's working. Change. So without these things also, let's try how it works. It's not working. So first, Let's give this num1 equals to 0, 2 equals to 0. This is also 0. Okay, now after this, what we need to do is when the value is changed, means number one value is changed, then what you need to do is please start 1 equals to event dot target dot value, means whose value is, say, number one value is changed here, then I need that one here. Num2 equals to event dot target dot value. Okay, so very simple. Target means whatever the event is fired from that target, you are setting the value here. Very simple. Let's go ahead and source. Now what happens is whenever an attribute value is changed, means if you enter the number, immediately this function will be fired and then that value will be assigned to num1 and num2 based on that using this controller functions. Okay, so this is the syntax of the functions, how we can write here. Okay, so this track attribute you don't need actually. Track decorator, we used to call these decorators. I'll explain these decorators later. So we have a couple of decorators, track, while, APA. So we have three decorators. I'll explain that later. Let me try this. So they told that by default all attributes are tracked. Let's go ahead and refresh. Now it will be giving 0, 0, 0. Okay, let's keep filtered. So these are not tracked. So this, so this track attribute. Source to how come so game. Now go ahead and see here. First syntax. So we need to use force int, even though type is number. Try to this what are the values we are given. This is 4. This is 4, 2. Let's use this. 2. 2. Start. Both. 2. So given function is oh, so it's 2. 2. This keyword is important. Okay, so when you give this, it is showing us 1, 2. So for that, what you need to do is you need to use a function for int parse int means give this parse int, then text will be converted as number. So even though you have given the type as number, still it is taking as string inside this lightning web component. So better to give this parse interface. Now 300. So use these like track for results and these variables number 1, number 2, then handle change means whenever the value is changed, you need to add those values to these things using the syntax event dot target dot value. Okay, means from that value you are giving actions. I hope you guys understand this. There is the basic lightning web component how to use this. Okay, so LWC setup and just use how to declare the attributes here, then how to use these functions, handle number chain, whatever the change you need to do, whatever you need to track, that you can use this. And very important thing is targets and target counts. Targets are very much okay. So those are the, these are for design attributes. Right? Okay, so this is about today's class. You guys have to set up at any cost this Visual Studio Code and then connect with your organizations. This is very much important for tomorrow's class. For tomorrow's class, I'll explain some components, I mean events, what the event you were doing, like show toast and the events I'll explain. Okay. Okay, guys. Any questions on this?
Anji, is there any debug something like?
Debug, we have one kind of this, like testing and run and debug. So this setup is very much important. You have to set up these. And one more thing is, what you can do is, this debug is not much easy and it's not much required, Ramesh, here. For the LWC or other components, the debug is not much required because it's HTML, right? Complete
Mm.
HTML. So complete
Debugging is
HTML.
only alert, right? Alerts we can
Yeah,
give and we can track it, right?
yeah. See, usually if you want to test web pages, what you used to do, alert or console.log. So we can
Okay.
use console.log in the JavaScript controller, and then you can keep use this.
That output, so where we can see Anji, so in the console.log.
Which one?
This console.log output, so which we given right here. We that will come in the VS Code or in the anywhere in the
No,
Salesforce.
let me show. So developer tools you might have used, right?
Yeah.
Same concept that here also. Web page, how you are going to do. So where is well, it is required. So if you want to test something, use console.log or alert. Okay, then go to the developer tools. Okay, more tools, developer tools. With this, you can have console. Clear
Yeah.
the console first. You, you. What is wrong with this technical stuff? Console.log is. See, you can use like this. Here you can see the output. That's how you have to use the developer tools inside the browsers. Are you clear, Ramesh?
Yes, Anji. It's fine. Yeah.
But if it is the Apex triggers, right? I mean, if you are connecting with Apex class or something, then you can see debug log here. If you're
Okay.
calling the Apex class, debug log will be here.
Hmm.
As it
Yeah,
is,
yes, I hear the debug logs.
it is the
But
web page or
in the real time, we have any file name for like log4j.
no, we
So
don't
we
have
can take
anything.
that file.
I think last time I have, did I explain the debug logs for you guys?
And,
No?
No,
Okay,
Anji.
remind me tomorrow. See, debug logs are very much important. If you want to verify any one of the thing, I think last time I have explained, I have added here. Might not seen that. Okay. So debug log, if you want to trace something for this user, you have to create new, and then which user you want to do, which user or automated process platform, whether it is Apex class or Apex track, a trigger, whatever you want to track. So what you can do is use this user, let me say, use user, entity name, okay, test user or SFTC training, this is my username. Then when to start, it should be in the 24 hours format. So I'm giving 15th to 16th. Debug level. If you want, you can create a separate debug level and save it. Then it will trace. So the debug level is very much important. You can understand this debug level first. You have to understand that. Okay. So database, whatever the SQL execute, SOQL, these things will be shown here, but it won't trace. Workflows, see, none, var, error, var, info, find, final. These are the levels. Okay. So usually what we will do is we will use Apex as finest. Okay. And then if you want to see only debug, you can give debug here. Okay. And validations, callouts, Apex providing visual force system by whatever it is. This debug log, what it does is when you try to do some transactions on the system, all will be captured here and will display it here. Let's say you have some accounts and contacts triggers, right? It save. Now go to debug log, save it. Sorry, refresh it. Once you refresh, you will be seeing one log here. If you see this view log or download, you can download also. Here you can see which one is started and what it is. See, even trigger controller, contact controller, is contact and complete required something. All the classes will be triggered and will log here. See, account trigger is on account trigger. Before update is filed. That is called account trigger. Okay, trigger is filed. If there is any validations, all validations will be filed. Okay, so I have explained the order of execution, right? That order of execution you can observe here. What is filed, what is going on, what is the first and everything. Okay, so that's how you can see the debug log here, or even here also debug log will be there. See, you open the same debug log will be opened if you are the same user. So if you are not the same user, then this won't displayed here. Okay, if you are the current user, if you did something, then the log will be displayed here. Otherwise, it won't. Okay, you understand? You guys understand this? Debug
But if
logs
the,
are very much.
yeah, the customer face some issue, then they will share this file to us.
Debug log?
Yeah, debug log.
Why? See,
No,
if customer is facing some technical issue,
yeah,
that means you have to debug the issue. Okay, you have to debug the issue means you have to add that user into the debug log, then ask him to do something, whatever he wants. Then you will see this log where it is failing, what is happening, and if there is some validation failure or trigger failure or SOQL limit exception or whatever it is failing, that you can observe here. So once you
sometimes,
observe that,
yeah,
yes,
sometimes it
completely
will, yeah, sometimes the error will come only once. Second time and all it may work. So how can we get the
yes.
first time
That is
log then?
reproducing issue. That is not
Yeah,
your headache. That's their
yeah,
headache. They have to
sometimes it
do
will
it.
happen like that. Yeah, but in the real time, they will ask why it was happened in the first time. We need that clarity.
Then that is not at all possible, man.
Okay, okay, okay.
Because however, whatever it is Java you're doing. So usually in Java, log4j or something you will
Yes,
be using for the logs.
yes,
Then if that is exception and is open, so it will be. So what happens is if there are some validation exception or a trigger failure exception, developer
yeah,
will receive one exception error log. So one email will be received from system administrators in Salesforce also. That
Okay.
means if something is failed, they will say this. Then again, they have to try to reproduce
Okay.
using the same steps and others.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye, guys. We'll see.